Or these goods will flow via third countries, and once again, prices will go up because of the deficit, and the logistics will cost more. If this happens, if the price is ramped up, the Federal Reserve will have to maintain the interest rates flat or up them to deter the inflation, and this will result in the deceleration of the American economy. It's not about politics, it's like a pure economic reckoning, and many of our economists believe it's going to happen. Same refers to India and goods manufactured there. It's the same as with China. So for the United States, the benefit is not obvious, and for the countries against which the threat was voiced, like for India, if India stops buying our energy, damage will be inflicted upon them, like to $9 to $10 billion, if they decline to buy energy from us. If not, high duties will be imposed on them, and once again, damage will be there. Well, the same amount of damage, and why then decline to buy Russian energy to actually sustain political risks? And the Indian people will look at what decisions are made by the political leadership and never accept any humiliation before anyone. And also I know Prime Minister Modi, he will never take any steps of the kind. So economy-wise, there is no point in it. With respect to uranium, well, it is actually kind of type of fuel. This is also type of energy for nuclear power plants. And in this case, a nuclear power plant is no different from those coal firing or furnace oil firing, etc., to generate power. And the United States buys uranium from us. And you've asked, why does it buy uranium from us and bans others to buy our energy? The answer is simple, and it was given back in the times of the Roman Empire. We all know the phrase, quod licet Jovi, non licet bovi. What is allowed to Jupiter is not allowed to Bull.
Our relations with India are of special nature ever since the Soviet Union and since the days where the Indian people fought for their independence. India knows, remembers, appreciates that. And we appreciate the fact that India never forgets that. And so our relations are developing. I believe we will celebrate 15 years since our announcement of the specialized, strategic, privileged partnership. And India and Russia never had any issues of interstate nature, any differences. Prime Minister Modi is a very reasonable, wise leader. He's very oriented in the interests of his nation, and everyone in India knows that. So now our priority is to build effective, mutually beneficial trade ties. Trade turnover with India is $63 billion US. So 1.5 billion people live in India, and in Belarus there are 10. And with Belarus, we have 50 billion US dollars and 63 with India. I believe this doesn't align with our potential, with our capabilities. So we have to resolve a number of matters so that we can unblock our full potential. And first and foremost, we have to deal with the logistics. Second of all, we need to deal with the financing, with the payments. And there is room for work, and there are opportunities for that. We can do that within the BRICS instruments on bilateral basis, using rupees, using the third country currencies, using the electronic payment means. These are the things that need to be discussed. We have a trade disbalance with India. We are aware of it. We recognize it. And together with our Indian friends and partners, we're thinking of ways to perfect this trade turnover. Just recently, I gave another order to the government, to the co-president of the Intergovernmental Commission, Mr. Manturov, so that together with his colleagues, he could think of the ways to develop these trade and economic ties. And so now the Russian government is working on it and will continue to put forward subsequent steps to our Indian colleagues. As for political relations, our contacts on the international stage, we usually convert our actions, align them, and we always hear our position, the position of our friends, take it into account, and our ministries of foreign affairs are working closely. And the same applies to the humanitarian area. Here in Russia, we have a lot of students. We love Indian cinema. I've already spoken about it. It's probably the only country in the world that, other than India, we have a separate channel that streams Indian movies days and nights. And we also have very trustworthy relations in the security area, joint production of very modern perspective types of arms, which once again underscores the kind of trust that's been built between our countries. And I also am looking forward to my trip in early December, and I highly await my meeting with my dear friend, with our trustworthy partner, with Prime Minister Modi.